Hello and welcome to the Digitally She Does It show. This is episode 116, and in today's episode I'm talking about balance and what that may look like when you're trying to run a business, have a family and just enjoy life in general. So let's jump right in and let's get started. Welcome to the Digitally She Does It show. I'm your host Karen, and I'm here to lift the lid on what it actually takes to create a successful business. If you are an ambitious creative ready to build a business on your own terms and without compromise, then this podcast is perfect for you. With my award-winning approach to marketing and expert knowledge in creating online courses, this show will leave you feeling inspired, energized, and ready to bring those big dreams to life. Join me each week for a dose of motivation and marketing know-how, along with actionable step-by-step strategies to help you accelerate your business's growth. So let's dive in, and don't forget to subscribe to all my upcoming episodes, which drop every Wednesday. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for another episode. I'm your host Karen, and I really do appreciate you hitting that play button to listen to today's episode. So today I'm talking about balance and what that may look like when you are juggling all the things. But before I do, I want to dive in and talk about the Digital Creators Hub. This is your one-stop shop for getting started online. Now, I've included lots of things in the hub. I've got tools, I've got templates, I've got training. So if you are thinking about taking your business online and creating online offers that you can sell on repeat and scale, but you have no idea where to start and you find the whole thing completely overwhelming, then head on over to the hub. It's completely free. Just go to www.karen-davies.com/hub. There's no better time than now to get started with your online business. The online space is growing exponentially, so why not make the most of the opportunity that's available to you and your business? Okay, so let's dive back into today's episode, and today I am talking about balance and what that may look like when you're juggling all the things. So if you're running a business, maybe you have a family, or maybe you're just trying to enjoy some kind of life outside of those things, then what does balance look like? And I'm also going to share some tips that may help you through the holidays, especially if, like me, you have young children and you're just trying to stay sane. If you are listening to this live, so as the episode drops, then you know we're in the Easter holidays, which means that the kids are off and life is that little bit more chaotic. So I think between running a business, being a mum, and trying to maintain the house and do all the things, it is quite full on at the moment. Yesterday, I stepped out of the office for the afternoon because I decided to take my youngest into London so we can have some time together. It's trying to occupy the children and find things that they enjoy doing. My girls are at an age where my eldest is enjoying going and spending time with her friends. So yesterday she went off and had a sleepover around her friend's house, whereas my youngest is just a little bit too young for that at the moment. She's heading on over to secondary school in September, so it's been really nice to have a little bit of time with her and just have some one-on-one time, because they're growing so fast, and I can't believe I've just celebrated my daughter's 11th birthday, and then next month I've got my other daughter's 13th birthday. And I remember when they were babies and people used to say to me, enjoy every moment because it just whizzes by, and it really has. I can't believe that my eldest is soon to be a teenager, and we're now heading towards the reality that we're going to have both children in secondary school. So when the holidays hit, I think it's really important to take some time out, spend some time with the kids and enjoy some family time, because I think that's ultimately why we're doing all of this for anyway. So today I just wanted to have that conversation about really what it's like to maintain a business, to keep your business thriving and growing whilst trying to keep the family happy, maintaining all the things that you need to do as well. So if you're like me and you've got a home, trying to manage that, and then have some kind of life outside, see friends and do things that kind of take you away from work and put that fun back in your life as well. Because when you're juggling everything, sometimes it can really just feel like work all of the time. So trying to make time for the things that you enjoy so that you get to have that balance. Now, I know for me, the concept of balance has always been this thing of trying to keep everything going, but trying to do it at a level that obviously I'm happy with. And I am a perfectionist, and I do like to sort of maintain control around things that I do. But I think over the years, what I've come to realise is that balance is really about shifting your focus and then prioritising things as and when you need to. I don't think it's now about making sure you're getting everything done. It's to spend so much time trying to, at the weekend, catch up with everything, trying to do all the things ready to get ready for the week ahead. And I think these days, I think it's just unrealistic. So now I only try and focus on the things that actually need doing. I mean, of course, there's always going to be things that have to get done. You want to live in a clean house, and you need to have food in the fridge, and you need to do the washing and all of those sort of like day-to-day jobs. But there are things that don't necessarily need to be done every week. And then it's identifying what that looks like so that you're not spending all your time just on that hamster wheel of working. So when you're not working in your business and you're not trying to maintain a happy family life, then you're working in your home or wherever. So it's just trying to really kind of maintain some kind of balance, but also so that you're fulfilled as well. You get to enjoy time off and some me time, which I think is really important. Now, I am by no means an expert in this. Today, I'm just going to talk about the things that are working for me, that I find really help me. I am sure there are many people out there that just do this better. But what I do know is that our life is really busy. We have lots of different things going on. This year alone, I mean, we're in April now, I don't actually think I've had a quiet weekend. Every single weekend we've had things happening that we've had to make time for. February I was in New York, so that took up what felt like a large proportion of February, and it's just been really busy, and I can't believe we're in April already, and I definitely can't believe that the kids are off again. It's mad. I feel like I blink and there's another school holiday. But I think it's just trying to kind of manage everything in a way so that you don't end up leading to burnout, because I've been burnt out and it's not nice. And if you can avoid it, you really want to, because the thing about burnout is that it creeps up on you and you think that you are okay and that everything's working fine and you're managing and coping with all the things. And then before you know it, you're exhausted, you're tired, you lose enjoyment around the things that what used to once give you joy. And everything feels hard work. Everything feels like you're moving a boulder up a hill. Even the things that, as I said, you would ordinarily enjoy doing. So I think we have to look at what we have going on in our worlds and how we can maintain some kind of balance that also means that we are taken care of as well. Because one thing I do know is that if we're not in a good place, then that's going to impact family life and all the things that you're trying to maintain. And that's the last thing that you want to have to happen. So I think balance really is about being flexible and tuning into what needs your attention most in that moment. So it's not about trying to do everything and be superwoman and trying to keep everything and everyone happy. It's about just tuning into the priorities. So for me, some days my business gets more of me because maybe I've got a big launch happening or I've got a deadline that I must hit. And then other days I find that my family needs me that bit more because maybe like right now it's the school holidays, Or maybe one of the kids is under the weather and they have to have a bit of time off school. Or maybe it's because I need to spend time with them because that's what I need. I need to be fully present with them. So I have to take time out of what it is I'm doing. And then there are some days where it just comes down to survival. Last week, I had a horrific week, actually. I wasn't feeling very well at all. My hormones were all over the place. And it doesn't happen to me every month. But what I'm finding is that as I'm getting that little bit older, I am noticing changes. And those changes affect my energy levels, how I feel. I have moments where I love what I'm doing and then I hate what I'm doing, and it's just a real roller coaster of a ride. So sometimes it is just about getting through the day, grabbing a coffee, accepting that, you know what, the house is going to be messy for a while and I'm not going to get through my to-do list because realistically I'm not in the right headspace to deal with those things. And I think it's also about being okay with that as well and recognising that sometimes I am all over it. My house is spotless. I have the washing done. I have the fridge stocked up. My business is thriving. I'm winning, or I feel like I'm winning. And then other times I feel like I'm anything but. So I think sometimes we just have to give ourselves permission to be okay with the messy, because life is messy and sometimes the way we show up in what we're doing is messy as well. And that's okay. We are not failing because you don't fail all the while, you keep going. But when you're pulled in a million directions all of the time, it can be exhausting. And so sometimes being okay with having time off, taking time out, and just accepting that right now things are not perfect, but I've just got to get through the day. As I said, that is perfectly okay. We are human. We're not robots, and we need to accept that. We can be so hard on ourselves, and I've seen this with other friends as well, where we've sort of talked about this, where we're just trying to spin all those plates and keep everything going all of the time. And as I said, it's exhausting, and we're all trying to do it at a million miles an hour. And so when something sort of drops, we feel we're failing. We feel like we're not good enough. We are just doing life. That's all it is. We are just doing the best we can in that moment. And I think life, especially when you are building a business and raising a family and trying to be human with a little joy and maintaining your sanity, it is messy, but it's also beautiful as well, because sometimes amazing things happen when life is messy. So I want to share the things that are helping me right now, because I don't think for a moment I'm alone in how I feel. Now, the first thing that I would recommend is time blocking. I do this actually both in my business and in sort of my home life. I block out chunks of time and I focus on tasks during that time, and it might be one task at a time. So what I do is I may say, look, right, the next 20 minutes, I'm going to get this thing done, and I'm only going to focus on that one thing. So what that gives me is a specific time where I can be really focused and I can channel into the thing that I'm doing, and I know the kids are going to be entertained, whether they're watching a film, whether they're on their iPad, whether they're talking to their friends. I know that I can get 20 minutes of time to focus in on one task. So because I know that, I make sure that in the morning when I write down my to-do list, I am prioritizing the key task that needs to be done first. So when I'm blocking out that time, so I have that 20 minutes, I know that I'm focusing that 20 minutes in the areas that need to be focused. So even if during a space of a day, I'm constantly being interrupted because of the kids, whether they're hungry, they're thirsty or whatever, I know that within 20-minute sort of time periods, I can get things done. So at the end of the day, I feel like I've been productive. So time blocking for me works really well. And even if you only get a few things done, at least you know the things that you have done are your priority tasks. I highly recommend time blocking if you can. The other thing that is helping right now is the permission to slow down. Now, this one is hard for me because I'm used to working at a million miles an hour all of the time because I love momentum and I love feeling productive. But I've had to remind myself constantly that slower seasons are still seasons of growth. So even in this period where my attention is split, I know that just by focusing in on the task that I need to focus on, I'm still moving forward. There's still growth happening. It might not be happening at the rate that I would like it, but it's still happening. And I think because of that, I know that I'm still moving forward, so that I'm okay with that. I've given my permission to slow down, enjoy spending that time with the family, but also I know that my business is still moving forward. So that helps me as well. So give yourself permission to be okay with taking some time off or taking a step back. So balance to me is about having time with the family, but also time in my business as well, because I need that. And I recognise I need that. I think it's really about finding what works for you. And then thirdly, what I recommend is if you need it, ask for help. Now, I know that this can be a challenge for so many people, but help can come in so many ways. If you have a family member that can step in and maybe look after the kids for an hour, that may go a long way just to give you a bit of time so you can do a bit of work or catch up in areas where you feel you're a little bit behind. Through sort of the holiday periods, my mum has our girls on a Sunday night and a Monday. She has done that now for a while, and that really helps us because what it means is whatever happens in a space of a week, we always have a Monday. And for me, I usually schedule Mondays to be my on the business day where I actually get work done for my business. So the fact that the kids go to my mum frees up my time and I can focus in on what it is I need to do. So that really helps us. That Sunday night and that Monday really does help. Sunday night, it gives me and my husband time to go and do something. So we can go for a meal, go to the cinema, just go and have a bit of one-on-one time. And then Mondays, like I said, I get time in my business to focus in on my work. It's a happy balance there because whatever happens for the rest of the week, I know at least I've had Monday. So if you can, try and find some kind of help to support you. Help can come in many ways. It could be that you reach out to your friend, go for a coffee, meet up with another mum, or it could be go and join a group or go online and join a forum or a community with people that are like you. I'm a part of lots of different communities because I network, I have an accountability group, and I've got sort of business friends and that as well. And last week when I wasn't feeling very well, the one thing that really helped me were conversations with my friends. And I had this amazing conversation with one of my clients who, honestly, by the end of the conversation, I was on cloud nine. And we weren't talking about work. We were just talking about mundane things. But it really did lift my energy and made me feel so much better. Because I think as humans, I think we need to feel connected. I think sometimes we crave that. So it's important to surround yourself with people that are like you, that get the journey that you're on and ultimately want to support you as well. So ask for help as and when you need it. If you need to go and book a cleaner, because maybe you need a cleaner to help you clean the house, then do it. So find the help that you need and put that help in place, because that alone is going to make you feel so much better, because you're going to be sharing the load, and there's power in that as well. Sometimes we just have to give ourselves grace. We have to acknowledge that we can't always be a million miles an hour all of the time, and that balance can come in many different forms. But But I think we have to identify what that means to us. For me, as I said, balance is about being able to spend time with family whilst being able to enjoy time with the kids, and also spending time connecting with my friends and doing things outside my work as well. What is balance to you? It could be giving yourself time to go for a walk. It could be being able to go off to the gym or go for a swim, or read a book or listen to a podcast whilst maintaining other areas of your life as well. I don't think balance is about being perfect. I think it's about giving yourself permission to shift, adapt, and then show up the best that you can with what you've got. Because life sometimes is not easy. Running a business is not easy. Being a parent is not easy. So we have to give ourselves some grace, and we have to be gentle with ourselves as well, because we are exactly where we're meant to be. You are exactly where you are meant to be. So give yourself some grace, enjoy the time that you may be able to spend with your family, and just know that your business is always going to be there. You're always going to be moving it forward. Sometimes it's just about taking a step back to spend time with the people you love or do the things that you love, because that's going to fulfill you and give you that joy that you need in your life to keep you moving forward. It's okay for life to be messy. Remember, beautiful things come out of the mess. If today's chat has resonated with you, then I'd love it if you could share it with a friend or others who you may think may need to hear this. I would also love you to leave me a review, because it will help other entrepreneurs like yourself find my show. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you found this episode of value, and of course, please do feel free to share it with others who you may think will also benefit from listening to today's episode. If today's discussion has sparked some inspiration, and maybe you are eager to get started with creating your business online, then please do check out my website, www.karen-davies.com. And if you are ready to take the next step and want to learn more about how to create an online course, then come and join my all-inclusive membership, Sell Your Brilliance Online, which is designed to guide you through the steps of creating your very first online course with confidence and with ease. Head on over to my website, www.karen-davies.com/membership. I will be back next week with another episode, but until then, have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Digitally She Does It show. Don't forget to check out the show notes for all the links and resources mentioned in today's episode. New episodes drop every week on a Wednesday, so why not rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode? Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you next time.